Long ago, when the Earth was still shaping itself, it gave Africa secrets no other land would ever hold. From deserts vast enough to swallow entire cities, to lakes that can kill with a breath. This is a continent where nature doesn't just amaze, it rules. Today, we unlock 30 of its most jaw-dropping geographic mysteries. And trust me, you've never seen Africa like this before. Fact number 1. Vamizi Canyon, Africa's forgotten coral kingdom. Beneath the turquoise waters off Mozambique's coast lies a secret most of the world has never heard of: Vamizi Canyon, Africa's only known coral canyon. Here, walls of glowing coral plunge hundreds of meters deep, alive with motion and mystery. Reef sharks drift silently through narrow crevices. Schools of glowing electric blue fish flash like underwater starlight, and rare species most people will never see in their lifetime dance through the currents. And while the world spotlight shines on Australia's Great Barrier Reef, this African treasure remains unknown to most and untouched, resilient, and breathtakingly alive. And maybe that's what makes it so extraordinary. But Africa's underwater secrets are just the beginning. Because above the surface, the island of Madagascar is bending the rules of nature in a way that even rivers can't resist. Fact number 2. Madagascar's clockwise rivers, nature's strange detour. Rivers usually follow a predictable path, downhill, straight to the sea, shaped by gravity and geography. But Madagascar doesn't play by the rules. On this island, many rivers flow in a rare clockwise direction, circling the high central plateau before reaching the coast. It's a bizarre twist of nature that defies typical river behavior found almost anywhere else on Earth. This unusual flow pattern isn't just strange, it's powerful. It shaped Madagascar's ecosystems in strange and beautiful ways, creating isolated pockets of wildlife found nowhere else on the planet. It's just one more reason why it feels like an island carved from imagination. Nature isn't the only force rewriting the rules. Head west, where the landscape trades water for dust, and the rhythm of the wild is replaced by the rumble of a 3-kilometer iron beast. Fact number 3. The Iron Train of Mauritania, Africa's 3-kilometer desert monster. In Mauritania, one of the longest trains in the world makes its journey across the desert each day. The iron ore train stretches nearly 3 kilometers in length, transporting iron ore from deep within the Sahara to the Atlantic coast. This remarkable feat of engineering operates under harsh conditions, cutting through a remote, sun-baked landscape where temperatures can soar and sand can swallow the tracks. For some, riding atop its wagons has become an unforgettable adventure, a test of endurance, and a glimpse into life in one of the planet's harshest environments. The iron train may dominate the sand today, but Africa's story began long before engines and steel. Turn the clock back to thousands of years ago, and you'll find brilliance not in machines, but in a single carved bone. Fact number 4. The Lubombo Bone, mankind's first calculator. What if I told you the first calculator was made of bone? About 40,000 years ago, in the Lubombo Mountains, ancient Africans used a baboon fibula bone with 29 marks to track lunar cycles. This Lubombo bone is the oldest known mathematical artifact in the world. Experts think it was used to track lunar cycles, possibly by women monitoring menstrual or fertility phases, making it not only a tool for numbers, but for life itself. Africa didn't just teach us how to walk. It showed us the first steps toward counting. And when you think Africa's wonders are all still buried in the past, the continent serves up a plot twist. Because on one wild stretch of coastline, hippos are doing something no one expects: catching waves. Fact number 5. Hippos that surf, Luongo's wild beach party. In most places, hippos stick to rivers and swamps, avoiding salt water like the plague. But in Luongo National Park, Gabon, they've rewritten the rulebook by surfing. Here, you'll find hippos wading into the Atlantic Ocean, riding waves like oversized grumpy surfers. It's one of the only places on Earth where these massive animals are seen splashing in salt water and cruising along the shoreline. Luongo is where the jungle meets the sea. Elephants stroll the beaches. Buffalo sunbathe by the surf. And hippos take their shot at coastal fame. It's Africa like you've never imagined it. From hippos riding waves to elephants walking ancient trails, Africa's wildlife doesn't just survive. It gathers, travels, and connects in ways that just defy imagination. And deep in the heart of the jungle, there's a place where elephants don't just roam, they commute. Fact number 6. Zunga Bai, the place where elephants have a highway. Long before humans drew borders, nature built its own ancient highways across the continent of Africa. In the forest of the Central African Republic, there's a place called Zunga Bai, the village of elephants. This vast clearing, hidden deep in the jungle, is where hundreds of forest elephants gather every day. Here they drink mineral-rich water and socialize like a bustling secret city. It's a hidden crossroads of the animal kingdom, making it one of the most remarkable and vital wildlife havens in Africa. From the quiet gathering of forest giants to a tiny kingdom where ancient power still reigns, Africa's diversity stretches from wild clearings to royal courts. Fact number 7. Eswatini, the last absolute monarchy. If you've never heard of Eswatini, you're missing out on one of the rarest sites in the world, an absolute monarchy that's still going strong. Eswatini is one of the last absolute monarchies on Earth. Tucked away between mountains and savanna, this tiny kingdom lives and breathes its ancient traditions and royal power with pride. From colorful royal ceremonies to a culture that's been passed down for generations, Eswatini is a land where modern borders meet timeless power. In a world rushing forward, this tiny kingdom stands proud, showing that some stories don't fade with time, they echo. While Eswatini holds tight to its living traditions, we journey now to a lost civilization, one buried in sand, yet bold enough to rival the pharaohs. Fact number 8. The Kingdom of Kush, Africa's forgotten empire of gold. Everybody knows Egypt, the pyramids, pharaohs, the legends. But deep in Sudan lies the forgotten Kingdom of Kush. It was a rival to the pharaohs who built more pyramids than Egypt did. In the ancient city of Meroe, over 200 pyramids rise from the desert sands, many still buried and unseen. These weren't built by giants or aliens, but by the Kushites, a sophisticated African civilization whose legacy is often overlooked. They ruled with elegance and innovation, mastering ironworking, building temples, and even ruling Egypt itself during the 25th dynasty. Today, Kush rests quietly under the desert sun, proving that ancient Africa held its own treasures long before Egypt claimed its glory. Though history may have forgotten it, Kush's story refuses to be forgotten. And from the ruins of a forgotten empire, we now journey to a place where knowledge once lit up the world like a beacon. Fact number 9. The ancient city of knowledge. Once upon a time, in the sands of Mali rose a legendary city, Timbuktu. At its peak, it was a beacon of knowledge, a bustling center of trade, and a sacred space for scholars from across the world. Its ancient libraries held tens of thousands of manuscripts, preserving wisdom across science, religion, and philosophy. Today, Timbuktu's golden mosques and hidden archives continue to whisper secrets of a glorious past. Here's not just a city, it's a living legacy of the power of knowledge and the spirit of learning. Timbuktu's legacy reminds us of the minds that shaped history. But deep in the forest, one mysterious creature whispers of the wonders we still haven't fully discovered. Fact number 10. The Okapi, ghost of the forest. Deep in the tangled rainforest of the Democratic Republic of Congo lives an animal so rare, so shy, that for centuries it was thought to just be a myth. The Okapi, half giraffe, half zebra, stalks quietly through the dense undergrowth, leaving only faint traces and whispered stories in its existence. To the people of the forest, it was no ordinary creature. it was a spirit or a ghost drifting between the trees. Western explorers only confirmed its existence in the early 1900s, making the okapi one of the last large mammals to be discovered. Today, it reminds us that even in the age of satellite maps, the heart of Africa can still hide its most beautiful mysteries. From myths walking among trees to prehistoric beasts swimming in the deep, Africa holds onto life forms that time itself seems to have forgotten. Fact number 11. Coelacanth, the living fossil fish. Beneath the waves of South Africa and the Comoros, deep in the Indian Ocean, swims a creature that defies time itself, the coelacanth, a fish thought to have vanished 65 million years ago, until it was rediscovered in 1938. This living fossil has changed how we understand evolution and serves as a reminder that the ocean's depth still holds secrets that challenge everything we thought we knew about life on Earth. While the ocean guards ancient secrets, the forests of West Africa have always found their voice, in a language made not of words, but of rhythm and resonance. Fact number 12. Talking drums, where instruments speak like humans. In West Africa, drums aren't just instruments, they're a language. The Yoruba people of Nigeria, along with other West African cultures, developed talking drums that can mimic the rising and falling tones of human speech. These drums carried messages across villages and valleys long before phones existed. From celebrations to warnings, a well-struck beat could send news for miles. To this day, the sound of the talking drum is a reminder that in Africa, music and communication have always been intertwined, each beat telling a story. And as the drums echo across valleys, we head to a place where silence reigns, where even the air carries the weight of survival, and the fog is life itself. Fact number 13. Sossusvlei, where the driest desert breathes mist. This place feels like stepping onto another planet. Sossusvlei, part of the Namib Desert, which is the oldest desert on Earth, is a sea of towering red dunes baked under an unforgiving sun. But then, something strange happens. Out of nowhere, a ghostly fog rolls in from the Atlantic Ocean, sweeping across the sand like a silent tide. There's almost no rain here, yet this mist is everything. It's the lifeline that allows beetles, lizards, and even desert-adapted plants to survive against all odds. This is Africa's driest place, yet it survives on vapor. And when the sunrise hits those red dunes at dawn, with mist curling between them, it feels like you're standing on Mars dreaming in color. So from mist-covered dunes to bubblegum-colored lakes, Africa's palette is as bold and unexpected as the stories it tells. Fact number 14. Lake Retba, Senegal's bubblegum pink wonder. Imagine a lake that looks like it's been dyed with strawberry milk. Welcome to Senegal's Lake Retba. Its bubblegum pink color is caused by microscopic algae that thrive in its salty waters, making it one of the world's strangest sights. During the dry season, salt harvesters wade into its vibrant shallows to collect the rich mineral by hand. This remarkable lake goes beyond its striking beauty. It stands as a reminder of nature's grit and the ingenuity it inspires. But beauty comes in all forms, even in landscapes that look too dangerous to host life. And nowhere is that more true than Madagascar's Forest of Stone. Fact number 15. Madagascar's razor-sharp Forest of Stone. Deep in Madagascar rises one of the strangest landscapes on Earth, a forest not of trees, but of stone. The Sinki de Bamaraha is a fortress of limestone needles, where one cannot walk barefoot. Carved by wind and rain over millions of years, these razor-sharp formations are so treacherous, even walking through them requires special shoes and harnesses. From above, it looks like a sea of stone spikes frozen in time. Yet, amid this dangerous beauty, life thrives. Lemurs leap between deadly gaps. Rare birds nest in narrow crevices, and plants cling to life on razor edges. It's a forest of rock where only the bold and the wild dare to survive. And from sharp stone forest to a river that doesn't flow toward the sea, Africa once again flips the script on how nature is supposed to behave. Fact number 16. Okavango, the inland river that gives up. Check this out. A river that just gives up. It doesn't race to the ocean like most rivers. Instead, it spreads out across the Kalahari sands and says, "Yep, this is where I'll stay." That's Botswana's Okavango Delta, a huge watery wonderland right in the middle of the desert. And trust me, it's packed with life. We're talking about elephants, lions, and more birds than you can count, all hanging out where you'd least expect it. It's like the Delta decided to throw a party in the sand, and every animal in Africa got an invite. It's wild, it's beautiful, and it's one of those places you've just got to see to believe. The Okavango may disappear into the sand, but it's not the only river doing strange stuff. Let's head west, where the Niger River builds something even bigger than a country. Fact number 17. The Niger River's inland delta, bigger than Switzerland. The Niger River doesn't just carve its way across West Africa. It forms an inland delta so huge, it's bigger than Switzerland itself. This watery wonder stretches across 70,000 square kilometers, creating a sprawling maze of channels, lakes, and floodplains that nurture farms, fisheries, and countless communities. Niger is more than a river. It's a highway of trade and an ecological treasure that reminds us how nature can shape civilizations. A true testament of the immense power water holds in connecting and sustaining life. From mighty rivers carving deltas, we travel to one of Africa's most serene secrets, an oasis so beautiful it looks like a dream in the desert. Fact number 18. Siwa Oasis, Egypt's hidden paradise. Deep in Egypt's Western Ocean lies the Siwa Oasis, a hidden paradise where palm trees stretch for miles and salt lakes shimmer under the sun. Home to over 300,000 palm trees, this secluded spot feels like a mirage come to life, an oasis of life amidst the vast emptiness of the desert. Its ancient ruins and natural beauty have inspired travelers for centuries. Siwa is more than an oasis. It's a serene reminder that even in the harshest landscapes, nature finds a way to flourish and amaze. Siwa shows us how beauty can bloom in isolation, but sometimes what grows strongest comes from struggle, like a nation born from the hope of the freed. Fact number 19. Liberia, a nation founded by freed slaves. Born from a bold idea, Liberia was founded in the 1800s by freed African American slaves searching for a new beginning. Its very name means land of the free, which reflects its mission as a sanctuary for those seeking liberty and a fresh start. Today, Liberia's coastline and forests hold treasures of nature, a testament to the endurance and hope of its people. Despite a challenging past, the country's spirit remains strong, carrying forward the legacy of freedom that founded it. And from a country built on freedom, we head into the clouds, toward mountains that not only shape the land, but summon the rain itself. Fact number 20. The Ruwenzoris, mountains that create their own rain. Rising sharply from the forest of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Ruwenzori Mountains, also known as the legendary Mountains of the Moon. These were spoken of by ancient writers long before explorers ever set foot on them. These towering peaks rise to the skies, also shaping the weather around them, trapping moisture in their slopes and feeding countless lakes, rivers, and forests below. In this hidden corner of the continent, the Ruwenzoris influence the climate in ways that make them a magical realm where nature's extremes coexist. But when rain disappears and the land turns deadly, life faces its hardest test. Welcome to a lake where even death leaves behind a statue. Fact number 21. Lake Natron, the lake that turns life to stone. At the foot of northern Tanzania lies Lake Natron, a blood-red lake stretching beneath a smoking volcano. This alien-looking lake is so salty and alkaline, it can literally preserve the dead, turning animals into eerie stone-like statues. Its waters are filled with sodium carbonate and volcanic minerals, creating a chemical cocktail that can calcify animals that fall in, turning them into stone-like statues. It's so corrosive, it can burn your skin and eyes. But here's the twist. Despite their deadly nature, thousands of flamingos flock here to breed, thriving where few others dare to live. Lake Natron is both a graveyard and a cradle of life, a paradox painted in red. From a lake that turns life to stone, to an ocean that bends light and fools the eyes, what's happening off Africa's eastern coast will mess with your senses. Fact number 22. The ocean that falls. Mauritius's mind-bending illusion. Just off the coast of Mauritius, the ocean performs one of nature's most mesmerizing magic tricks. From above, it looks like a massive underwater waterfall is plunging into the depths of the Indian Sea. But look closer. This stunning sight is actually an optical illusion. Sand and silt are being swept off the island's coastal shelf by powerful ocean currents, creating the illusion of a dramatic vertical drop. From the air, it looks like the sea is falling into itself. It's not a waterfall, but it sure looks like one. It's a breathtaking reminder that not everything in nature is what it seems, and sometimes the Earth's most magical places are just clever illusions in motion. But if illusion hides in the sea, raw power lives in the trees. And nowhere is the Earth more alive or more untamed than in Africa's second lungs. Fact number 23. Congo rainforest, Earth's second lungs. Alright, let's talk about the Democratic Republic of Congo. And trust me, this place is kind of a big deal. Home to the second largest tropical forest on Earth, right after the Amazon. Basically, it's like the Earth's second set of lungs. Its mist-covered mountains look like they were pulled from a movie scene. Its mighty river has carved entire civilizations into its banks. And the jungle, it doesn't just grow here, it goes wild, like it's got a mind of its own. Congo is more than a spot on the map. It's one of those places that reminds you just how alive and mysterious this planet can be. And from the pulsing jungle to the heat of the desert, look closely because this next wonder is only fully visible from space. Fact number 24. The Eye of the Sahara, Africa's giant spiral from space. In the middle of Mauritania's vast desert, far from cities and roads, lies something that looks like it doesn't belong on Earth at all. A massive swirling formation known as the Eye of the Sahara. Also called the Richat structure, this mysterious spiral stretches over 40 kilometers wide, so huge it can only be fully seen from space. For decades, scientists thought it was a meteor impact, a giant crater left behind by a celestial collision. Now, they believe it's a rare geological dome, sculpted by Earth itself. It kind of looks like the planet staring straight back at you from the sky. From the skies above to the ground below, Africa's next wonder doesn't just look strange, it feels impossible. Fact number 25. Kitaluni Hill, where down looks up. In a small town in Kenya, there's a strange hill that seems to break the laws of nature. It's called Kitaluni Hill, and here's what happens. If you stop your car at the bottom, release the brake, and it doesn't roll down like you'd expect. It rolls uphill on its own. Even water flows the wrong way. Scientists call it a gravity hill. It's a perfect optical illusion. But locals believe there's something more powerful at work. Maybe the spirits of the land. The air feels still. The trees lean in, and the road almost dares you to test it. Whatever the reason, it's one of those places in Africa that makes you stop and think, how is this even possible? But if Kitaluni Hill feels like the Earth is playing tricks on you, then this next place looks like the Earth tore itself open. Fact number 26. The Great Rift Valley, Africa's giant scar. The Great Rift Valley cuts across Kenya like a massive scar, stretching from the Middle East down to Mozambique. So vast it can be seen from space, this geological wonder showcases the raw force of the planet. Its dramatic cliffs, deep valleys, and volcanic mountains form a rich habitat for wildlife while also holding some of the oldest traces of human life. Here, tectonic plates are slowly pulling apart, splitting the African continent in two. One day, millions of years from now, a new ocean may form in its place. But this rift doesn't just shape landscapes. It's a landmark that tells the story of nature and mankind alike. And if you think the rift is intense, wait until you step into Earth's most brutal inhabited place. A landscape so hostile, it feels extraterrestrial. Fact number 27. Danakil Depression, one of the hottest inhabited hell spaces. Welcome to the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia, a landscape so extreme it feels like the surface of another planet. With temperatures soaring above 50 degrees Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit, the ground hisses with toxic gas vents, bubbles with lava lakes, and glows with neon-colored acid pools. This isn't a sci-fi set, it's real, and it's officially one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. And yet, against all odds, people actually live here. The Afar people have adapted to this brutal environment for generations, harvesting salt from massive flats beneath the brutal sun. Danakil isn't just hot, it's deadly, alien, and absolutely mesmerizing. From hellish heat to human brilliance, our next stop is one of the world's busiest corridors, slicing through continents and rewriting the rules of trade. Fact number 28. The Suez Canal, gateway between two worlds. At first glance, it's just a canal, but the Suez Canal in Egypt is one of the most remarkable engineering marvels ever built. It slices through the desert, connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea, creating a direct shipping route between Europe to Asia, the West to the East, and commerce to the future. Before it existed, ships had to make a long, costly journey around the bottom of Africa. Today, this vital waterway powers global trade, making it one of the busiest, as in a tenth of the world's goods, and most important crossings in the world. But long before canals and cargo ships, it all began here, in the valleys where our species took its very first steps. Fact number 29. The cradle of humankind. Flowing through Ethiopia, the Omo River is far more than water. It's a timeline of human history. Its ancient valleys have revealed fossils that shaped our understanding of where we came from, making it a cradle of humankind. Today, this river winds through remote tribal lands and breathtaking landscapes, telling a story that's millions of years old. The Omo isn't just a river. It's a journey through the dawn of humanity itself, where the past and present merge in one of the most vital places in the story of human evolution. And finally, from the roots of humanity to one of nature's loudest masterpieces, let's follow a river that crashes into greatness at the edge of a continent. Fact number 30. Zambezi River, roaring into Victoria Falls. The Zambezi River rips across 6 countries like it's on a mission, carving valleys, feeding life, and then it just goes, you know what? Let's make one of the biggest waterfalls in the world. That's Victoria Falls, a thundering beast you can spot from 30 miles away and feel deep in your chest. And don't let the beauty fool you. This river doesn't play nice. It's packed with crocodiles, wild rapids, and enough adrenaline to make your heart skip a beat. The Zambezi is a force of nature, an adventure waiting to happen at the center of southern Africa. So yeah, Africa is a continent of extremes, where deserts whisper ancient secrets, mountains create their own weather, and life thrives in the most unexpected places. These 30 facts are just a glimpse of how special this continent really is. If this blew your mind, then you'll definitely want to see what we uncover next. See you in the next one.